What is up, ladies and gentlemen? SimCity, another episode, Building Las Vegas. Glad to have everyone back. Picking up here where we left off, well, not really where we left off. I've actually done quite a bit of tinkering since we last hung up with the episode. You spend a lot of time, kind of doing little things on camera, and I'm not sure if maybe it comes off as boring to you all. So when things aren't really working right away on camera, I tend to kind of push it off towards, doing it on my own time. So that's kind of what I've done. Installed a few more mods, and we'll get into that here in just a moment, but appreciate all the recent support on the series. I know it's been a couple days since I've last uploaded. However, I'm going to try to get into a little bit more of a rhythm here. I've got some time off from work, wanting to play this game real bad lately, and let's get started. So, like I said, we've done some tinkering. Now, let's see, most important thing I could say that I've probably done, if you want to just, flip over here to the map just real quick. We're not going to do too many flip backs, but flip over to the map here real quick. As you can see now on the right side here, for a while we had, I believe it was a Roman Luck Casino, if I'm not mistaken, for the MGM Grand there. I actually swapped that out for a Sleek Casino. Of course, not fully upgraded, but I think it looks a little bit more like the MGM Grand. And in addition to that, I'm not sure where my head was, but the Roman Luck Casino, and we'll head over there in just here a second, looks so much like the Caesar's Palace that, it's almost like a complete striking resemblance to that. So definitely wanted to take advantage of that, and that is what we have over here. Of course, the plotting of it and the direction of it may not be spot on, but you guys get the idea. I actually had a really funny comment, and tell it to you guys here. Somebody actually asked me if SimCity was a game on its own, or is SimCity Las Vegas the new expansion pack? I was cracking up when I read that comment. I just thought it was funny, seeing as how we're doing, I guess, here such a great job putting together the city. Someone's actually thinking that it's the new expansion pack, but no, it's not the new expansion pack. It's just me, some boring guy here, trying to spicing up the area here and put together a nice little fun city, as lifelike as we possibly can, made from scratch out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So one of the other mods I installed was the new, and Skystorm featured it. I'll link him his video down in the description below for those of you who would like to learn to understand all the new things that you can go ahead and now add with this new mod. This is actually a, and please forgive me if I don't know the names. I don't have a list printed out. I maybe should have done that, but what it allows you to do, and I'll go ahead and I'll head right into it so you can see, is actually add the pedestrian paths. And that's, I believe, what the name of this. There's 3 mods here that I'm going to talk about. First, the pedestrian path, which of course lays the path down. As you can see, I actually did a little roundabout here, and kind of get our pedestrians to get from this part of town all the way down over to kind of the focal point, the New York part of town. And as you can see, our Empire State Building there standing strong. Another mod, the double bench. You can actually go through and you can add park benches, and I was going to go ahead and do a lot more, but you guys get the idea. You can actually add little park benches in, and actually I think it looks really cool. But I haven't seen anybody sitting on them yet, but even if they don't, I mean, it's still a real lifelike feature for the game here, and I definitely think they did a good job with it. And the third and final mod is actually called Tree Anywhere. It's actually a mod that came out a few months ago, I want to say, and it's this mod here. It's under your Nature tab, and it actually allows you, as opposed to laying this big radius of trees, like if I wanted trees or cacti, I should say, in this area, I'd have to kind of scatter them out. This Tree Anywhere actually allows you, and you can see here, you can actually pinpoint every little place you'd like a tree. So that actually works out really well when you're trying to put trees in like a spot like this, for example, which like I said in one of the first episodes, I'm going to go through here and meticulously put foliage and this and that through every little aspect of the city. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys that. And like I said, I'll link Skystorm's video in the comments below. He's a great guy. He reviewed this mod, actually all 3 together, kind of in like a 1, 2, 3 punch, if you will, showing you how it works and all the little cool things you can do with it. I mean, to me, so far, it's probably the best mod, that they've come out with, mainly because everything else has been more or less just a skin, something kind of, copying over something that's in the game already. This is actually new, in a sense, new content. I mean, you can actually do things here that you've never done before. as opposed to a mod that just allows you to add maybe more modules or something like that. This is actually, in my opinion, like the first hands-on mod. Actually gives you an idea of how far some of these modders can take it. And I think there's going to be some great stuff here to come. And as soon as I download new stuff, I'll definitely bring it to your all's attention. Just showing you guys. Definitely check out Skystorm's channel. He reviews all the new mods, especially the ones that are actually worth a damn. Some of them are kind of pointless, but all in all, these modders, man, if they make it to these websites, Simtropolis is the one I use in particular. They're usually pretty spot on, and people leave reviews. It's good. I mean, I think they're doing a great job with it. So anyway, enough of that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to focus. We've got a lot of empty land out here. One thing I want to kind of focus on in this episode, of course, we're going to give the city a chance to kind of build up. These buildings here, when these get taller, this is going to look a lot better. Let's see, we did the same thing out over here, but we don't really have much commercial, or excuse me, we don't really have much residential to go along with the commercial. So I wanted to kind of add a little bit of residential. I know I kind of messed with it last episode, I think a little bit. I took it out. I had a couple little strips here of residential, but it just wasn't upgrading like it should. And I don't know if that's because I don't really have a school system. I mean, I don't really know why it's not sprawling out the way it should. I have quite a few residents out here. Well, not really, 1,400 people, but they're kind of making their way over. As you can see through our little population panel, some of you have been asking to take a look at that. I mean, not really much of anything. I mean, we have a lot of available jobs. Nobody's unemployed, which is always a good sign. I like to have my available jobs there just a little bit. I don't want there to be no jobs and people will be looking. So commercial taxes are 0. Maybe that's why nobody's living here. Maybe let's lower this down. I don't really plan on putting too much industry in this city, mainly because we're going to have plenty of jobs through all these little... I mean, each one of these that you click on, that's another mod that I have. Look at these pedestrians, my goodness. Each one of these little things that I throw down, I mean, they have spots for 40, 50. Look, this one, 325... Or excuse me, 322 jobs as low wealth, 180. I mean, this place employs like well over 500 people. So I think it's time to add a little bit of residential. Out here is probably best, along with maybe some city services like police stations. I know we just saw that message, crime right out our business. Can't have that. Really, really can't have that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a police precinct. I think that it's probably best out like in the middle of nowhere, if you will. Maybe down out here. That's not really good, though, because it's not going to allow us to expand it if needed, I don't know. I kind of like it out in the middle of nowhere. Let's put it here for now. We'll zoom in on this real quick. Let's do a couple much-needed upgrades to this guy here. Okay, we're not going to deal too much with law drones. I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole drone thing is really cool, in my opinion, but I don't know if I wanted to have drones driving all over the place here in, in Las Vegas, but maybe we'll get there. I don't know. But anyway, so let's add a few patrol car lots. That's actually pretty cool. They actually, not enough simoleons. Well, that could very easily be addressed. I like how they swapped out the foliage here. Look at that. They swapped it out and put actual cacti in. That's pretty sweet. I like that. But I mean, this actually adds another concern now because I mean, here we have now another building where how many people do we need? 200 people. Give or take, and we have no residents. So let's go ahead and let's throw this down. I want to probably keep it low wealth. What's our reason being low wealth? Yeah, this is actually low. Good. Low wealth residential, and for those of you that don't already know, actually the buildings that are built up, I guess if you will, in low wealth areas actually hold more residents. They pack more in. Those project style buildings actually pack more residents in than, let's say, high wealth. High wealth, they actually, the buildings kind of, I want to say upgrade quicker, but the high wealth buildings, the ones that you see in a lot of like the trailers for the game and stuff like that, they don't really hold too many people. Like, I don't know the best way to put it, but for example, you have like a high-rise building here of residential. Maybe they'll hold 100 Sims, whereas a fully upgraded high density low wealth will hold like 400 or 500. So if, for example, this all upgrades as high wealth, maybe you'll get maybe 1,000 residents. If this all upgrades with low wealth, we'll probably have maybe 3,000 or 4,000. So that's my mindset behind that. So we want to keep that low wealth. What else? Fire department, we probably want to add in probably a small clinic. I don't know how many people are going to be getting sick out here. Maybe more than you think, but actually this is probably a pretty sweet spot for it out here. All out in the middle of nowhere and everything. I like that. Yeah, let's put it right there. Ambulances have a nice little straight shot, come right down into the city. Beautiful. And we'll throw a little upgrade on that as well. There's actually a lot of mods now for, like, for example, like the small clinics and the small police stations where you can add, like, helicopters. And I mean, these modders, man, it excites me when I see it because, you know, playing the game for a while now. It's out over a year. And the little creative things that they're doing, I mean, it's just funny to me how, like, you know, they've played the game for a year, and these are the things that they think are important. You know, a helicopter pad on a small police station. You go figure. Kind of give you guys some closer up views. I know we're in cheetah speed here. We're trying to sprawl some growth, but I love going down low and taking a look at everything. Our bus terminal is actually pulling in a lot of residents. We got 10,000 tourist riders. 30-minute wait's not bad. Same thing, double-decker bus terminal, looking good. I might actually put in another bus terminal down here. I was thinking wouldn't hurt. We don't want any cars on the road if necessary. Another thing that I thought might concern or might cause some issues in the past, sorry about that, you know, with this only being a medium density avenue here, I'm wondering if the 2 lanes is actually going to pose a problem here when we get started to get maxed out. So far it hasn't, but that's why I'm stating that, you know, we might need another bus station. Right now we're probably okay, but as time rolls on here, thinking there might be some traffic. I actually hear gunfire, so that is definitely a concern. And here we go, beautiful. This is what I want to see for our New York little vibe here. Get a couple high-rise buildings right alongside of our Empire State Building. That was the goal. I was actually contemplating, for those of you that haven't seen my other episodes, please check out my playlist below. I will have all of them linked down there so you can take a gander. I think we're 6 episodes in now, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I believe this is the 6th episode, but for a while I was a little hesitant onto the placement and if I should actually use the Empire State Building here for the little New York. But I think I settled with it. I'm for the most part happy with it. Once everything kind of gets built up here, and you know, the Eiffel Tower is just about as tall as well. So I mean, if we have the landmarks there, we really should be using it. Might not necessarily be to scale, but hey, you know, this is our rendition of Las Vegas. This is exactly what Las Vegas is. I thought it would be cool to do our best with it, and we got to do our best with what we have. So Expo Center actually threw this down where actually the circus is here in Las Vegas. Haven't really ran any events. Bus stops. I don't think. Yeah, I did put a bus stop in here. Oh, bus stop. Serving 1,600 per day. All right, so let's go ahead. We want to take a look here. I actually want to add waste disposal. We're okay with, but I want to actually add. I want to actually add in a skew, just a small one, because I think that's why these buildings actually are not upgrading. And if we just put it down here, man, that is not going to allow any room for anything. I don't want to have anything down by the strip, not even out over here. I kind of want to just keep all this like residential mumbo jumbo out here. And for those of you that might be wondering, well, hey, why is he putting in residential? I thought we settled that. I thought we were going to keep the residential in the other city. Well, hey guys, don't get me wrong. There's residential there, or even if I pack that city in, but there's only going to be so many residents that are going to be coming over. What happened here? There was a building fire in that small little spot when I wasn't watching. So yes, you know, it's good to have the residents out in another city or in a neighboring city, but only so many of them come over, you know. I mean, it's a shame, but that's really how it works. So I don't know. We'll just leave one module on that for now, and let's throw it on a little bus stop, school bus stop, that is. And Hopefully that'll get those guys sprawling out of control. What else? What else? I was thinking of fire department as well. These little city service things they seem relatively insignificant now, but before you know it, there might be some issues. Actually, this spot here. So I just assume get it all taken care of. I consulted my map before I added in these city services, and I couldn't find where exactly they were. I even looked on Google. I had some difficulty, but hey, you know, I mean, they're just city services. They're not landmarks. I don't know why they would put them on a tourist map anyway. So whatever. I mean, these little spots here, there's nothing significant there anyway. So I don't think it'll hurt kind of throwing these down. But we're really going to need some residents. I'm definitely concerned with it. Some of you are asking for mega towers. I don't know, guys. I mean, mega towers are cool. I mean, and they definitely would help us out here. But, I mean, if you just kind of look at the size of this thing, I mean, it's just going to... Look at this. I mean, it's just going to make everything look ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, it would fit in there just about slap dead perfectly. But, I mean, I really don't... I don't know. I just don't really think that it's... I really think it's a good idea. Let's put it that way. And one comment to actually... I thought was actually a really good comment... to actually use the Academy for the Las Vegas Convention Center. And I think that's actually not a bad idea, because, I mean, after looking at the map here, the Convention Center, it's actually, it's down over here by, let me show you exactly where I'm talking about, right down over here somewhere. Let's see. It is, I guess it would be over here. Like, but there's no room. I guess we could put it here. I mean, that would almost give it... Because let's see, the Convention Center, and I'll flip over here one last time to the map. But as you can see, the Convention Center is right there. Let's see, what road is that? That is Spring Mountain Road. So it's on the corner of Spring Mountain Road and Koval Lane. So if we look back at our city, this is Koval Lane, and this, I believe, is Spring Mountain. This is Spring Mountain, and this is Koval. So the Convention Center should technically go right here, but with the massive size of our Eiffel Tower, I just don't think that's going to happen. So I don't think there's a problem with putting it here. I think it actually looks pretty good, to be honest with you. Actually, it looks pretty sweet, in my opinion. Does this actually emit control net? I think it might, once it's up and running. So that'll actually help us with our maglev, or our monorail. So that'll be cool. But again, more jobs. We need more people, ladies and gentlemen, more people. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to zip to it real quick, but let's go ahead and hop over here. I'll show you what I've done. A couple of you have asked. We will be right back. All right, thanks so much. We are here in Spring Valley, and this is our little buffer city, or little resource city. And actually, I thought this was a lot more upgraded than it actually is. I stated I'd want to go to nuclear power. We might actually switch that here in the near future, but I just actually added down some residential, but I think we should probably add a little bit more. And you know, there's no real design to this city. I just wanted to kind of get a city where it helped us out with some of the residents, with some of the city services, so we don't have like garbage dumps and like stupid stuff like in our city. You know, we spend so long, we try so hard to keep it in such a neat working order over there. The last thing I would want is to ruin it with like a garbage dump. I don't know. It's just me, you know. If you go to Las Vegas yourself, I'm pretty sure you don't have garbage dumps. Same thing why, you know, in like theme parks and whatnot, they do their best to kind of keep the... I'm going to keep commercial to a minimum here, but I'm going to put a little bit in. That's why they try to keep their sanitation workers and their... people that pick up garbage and stuff like that. You very rarely see that stuff at good theme parks like Disney World and stuff like that. And that's all by design. They don't want tourists and people that are here visiting, that are here for pleasure, to see, you know, people picking up trash. I mean, there is trash, don't get me wrong, but it's the last thing they really want to emit to everybody. So we got plenty of water, plenty of sewage. We do have control net, which I was having actually some difficulty buying it over there. I don't know if maybe because we weren't generating enough. So we'll see how that academy works. But some of you have been kind of asking to see this city here. And I know in one of my previous cities, or actually my sandbox series, I did have a buffer city where I added some services, and there's some of you that were fairly upset that I didn't show that to you all, but nevertheless, you know, there's not much. It's nothing too exciting. Maybe we'll come down over here after the other city's done with, and we'll kind of work things out. Um, this is not to scale for Spring Valley. You know, Spring Valley is a real place, and it is definitely, you know, northwest of Las Vegas. I guess this is kind of northwest, more just west. I guess maybe Spring Valley would be more beneficial or more to scale out here, but yet in real life it doesn't border any large masses of water. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. I'm going to kind of leave it here and let this roll out here for a few minutes on cheetah speed, kind of let some of this stuff upgrade. I'm having some real difficulty with upgrading. I don't know if it's me or maybe I'm just being really impatient. I'm so excited to get this city kind of working up. We didn't do too much this episode, but I know we did add some crucial city services. It was more like a little bit of an update video for you all, kind of showing you the things that I've done and the few mods that I've installed since we last hung up with the most previous episode. So again, for those of you that haven't checked those out, definitely there'll be a link in the description below. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try to upload as much as I can this week. My schedule is full, and it's always full, but there's always time for more SimCity. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see everyone on the next episode.